He lived as if danger could give life meaning, yet died by his own hand. This contradiction sits at the center of the life of Ernest Hemingway, a man who built a public myth of strength while privately unraveling under the weight of his own mind. Born in 1899 in Illinois, Hemingway came of age in a world defined by industrial war, collapsing empires, and shattered moral certainties. Too young to fight in World War I as a soldier, he volunteered as an ambulance driver in Italy. There, he was severely wounded, nearly killed, and decorated for bravery. That experience did more than scar his body. It shaped his lifelong obsession with courage, pain, death, and the idea that dignity is revealed only under pressure. Hemingway believed that character is not shown through words, but through behavior when everything comfortable is stripped away. This belief became the foundation of both his writing style and his personal identity. He rejected ornament, emotion, and abstraction. His prose was stripped down, controlled, and deliberate. What was left unsaid mattered more than what appeared on the page. But this philosophy came at a cost. Hemingway demanded from himself the same ruthless discipline he imposed on his sentences. He drank heavily, sought extreme experiences, and placed himself repeatedly in danger. War reporting, big game hunting, bullfighting, deep-sea fishing, these were not hobbies. They were tests. Each one an attempt to prove that he still possessed courage, still deserved the identity he had constructed. His early literary success was explosive. The Sun Also Rises captured the disillusionment of the post-war generation with surgical precision. A Farewell to Arms transformed personal trauma into universal tragedy. These works established Hemingway as the voice of stoic endurance in a meaningless world. Yet as his fame grew, his inner stability declined. He struggled with depression, paranoia, and a growing sense that his creative powers were fading. The very identity that made him famous became a prison. To fail as a writer was not merely professional disappointment. For Hemingway, it was existential collapse. His later works reflect this tension. In For Whom the Bell Tolls, heroism is no longer pure. It is compromised by politics, betrayal, and moral ambiguity. And in The Old Man and the Sea, the struggle itself becomes the point. Victory is irrelevant. What matters is how one faces inevitable loss. Behind the public image, Hemingway's health deteriorated. Repeated concussions, plane crashes, alcoholism, and genetic vulnerability to mental illness converged. He became convinced he was under surveillance. Electroconvulsive therapy damaged his memory, the very tool his identity depended on. Writing became impossible. Silence replaced discipline. In 1961, Hemingway ended his life. The act shocked the world, but it followed a tragic internal logic. A man who believed that dignity came from control could not endure the loss of his mind. His death does not invalidate his work, it completes it. His life becomes the final, unbearable sentence in a story about endurance pushed too far. Hemingway's legacy endures not because he offered comfort, but because he confronted fear without illusion. He forces us to ask an unsettling question. How much strength can a human being demand of themselves before it becomes self-destruction? If this life and its contradictions moved you, consider liking the video, subscribing, and continuing to the next biography. These stories do not end with admiration. They begin with understanding.